Nah, they're a bit too set in these lanes. They don't really have any rotation potential. That's down to the supports they have. Can't really expect too much with Victoria's 4, and James is at 3. There's just not enough control and damage. Gonna be up. They felt the need to really apply that.
Really? Help out this Void. Is on the run as Faith Beyond is trying to TP in and find out where this Earthshake is going, but nothing to say. He has a Haste Rune active. Is it gonna be enough? He needs one more. No, he will not. Oh, Spectral Dagger. Not actually gonna land. James. Sit out.
That's
fine. We'll survive.
It's a close call, but they've got 4 heroes top now. They're gonna jump Siler.
Why not? Still got that nighttime active Siler. He's just a sitting duck. Can't really haunt the way either. That's a great pick up there for the side of CDEC. Of course, while all that's happening, Ehome is just freely farming away. Mind you, he's going to be scouted at by Y now, and Y will just steal a creep away from him, but still, it looks like CDEC are ready to just keep rotating. Smoke up. To the mid lane, but the Medusa is currently being attacked. Nothing to say is there with plenty of damage. They've got Medusa. Still, Beyond gonna get jumped, but he goes for the TP out. It will be cancelled. The rest of Ehome just on the run. Why happy end up giving his life away if it means the Zeus gets out? He won't even need to do that. They do get out of there. A 1-for-1. Ehome dying like that, it's much more worthwhile for Ehome.
Yeah, they're just keeping a lid on that Medusa, just ensuring that it won't escalate as fast. So that kind of balances out that earlier death of Sylar and just kind of evens out the losses they're taking. You still see there's a slight advantage for Sylar, but both of these boss ones under a lot of pressure. That's really key for both sides. We've got to keep it that way and prevent each other from snowballing hard. Ehome, you do start to wonder when you start to see perhaps a hot play. There it is.
They're going in again. There's that horn, and Ehome, he just falls so darn quick. Stone Gaze will allow him to get out of there, it seems, just barely with 40 HP, but they are still on the chase. Ehome, he's got no TP, he's stuck in that tree line. Do they know? No. The TPs are coming in, not to say he does scout him down in Sylar. He's just going to go in, dive the T2 down. Ehome trying to fight back. They do at least kill the Zeus, but they will lose this Medusa. And XM falling relatively low, but SingQ just can't get an angle to get that Rolling Thunder off. Now swap in from Victoria. James has joined this team fight, but he doesn't have anything like a blink yet. And so it still remains a 1-for-1 trade, the Deuce for the Zeus.
I'd say that's definitely worthwhile for Ehome. Just taking out that higher priority farming hero, giving your Spectre an edge. That's a really good use of that first haunt for Sylar. Just TP's back up top, farm up. It's gonna be a while until SRF's ready to fight. He could just pop the Dark Ascension in 20 seconds, but the next night is still 4 minutes. So it's a massive window for Ehome to take it easy, keep farming up, to try to apply more control, but you see CDEC, they focus too.
Well, they've got the crippling fear now on the Night Stalker, so I mean, it still isn't nighttime, but it's going to be up in 8 seconds, his ulti, so he can join in if he needs to. Sylar, what does he know? They are making a smoke rotation to him as we speak. They ping up the outpost, they want to go north. Sylar continues farming, they don't actually scout him out yet. CDEC, they're being a bit hesitant. Should have seen that Spectral Dagger, but too late. They're just not going to get the angle they wanted. While that was happening, Ehome have also smoked up. And guess who they're looking for? It's going to be Ehome with a great hook shot out from Y. He has lost all his mana, and he's just gone. They TP in, but Rolling Thunder was already popped out from the scene. QXM is gone. This is just destroying them at the moment. And SRF, he's still just trying to go after the clockwork, but he gets Cogs pushed back. Now they lose Victoria. James is in there. He's also going to die.
Radiant's middle tower is
God.
under attack.
One by one.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
CDEC,
man.
they're so desperate to protect
Radiant's
Ehome,
middle tower
but
has fallen.
Ehome is just dying too quick.
Yeah, and he keeps staying in that same farming area, which it's not wrong for him to assume it's safe. It's just that Ehome will always hunt him
Dyer's
down.
bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
got to find a new place to be as the punishment is severe from Ehome. It's a 5k lead now, 13 minutes in. And they also find a big courier kill there. That was the drums of SRF just being taken off. Not going to have that tool for a minute and a half. So Ehome just with all the wins and on point with their timings and play. They've got the haunt ready if they want to make something happen, but they've got to wait an additional minute for that Thunder God's Wrath. But you can see Ehome, this kind of draft, it's playing into their tempo perfectly well.
Is
Oh, XM.
gonna run, hooked on wide. He's just on point every time with the Cogs pushback, and now the Orchid out from Beyond, and this Void Spirit just can't survive Victoria, even down to the Rocket Flare, and poor old Ehome. Just run, Ehome. Run as fast as you can. A nice echo out from James, but do you have the follow-up? Not really.
Ooh.
They still need to run. CQ with a great swashbuckle out, and they're just chasing. Spectral Dagger will connect on the Medusa. That'll be it. They are out of mana on their Zeus. It's a 3-for-0 trade. And Ehome, they are really just snowballing out of control now. It's just hard to imagine CDEC being able to make the space for Medusa any longer.
All of them are so far behind and farm all three of their cores, just not finding that snowball. And even just making it impossible to find that space.
Radiant's
From
top
that
tower
rotation
is
as well,
under
they dropped some really deep wards. They've got this nice ward spotting between the tier 2 and tier 3. It's a bit trickier for them to run out, and if they force a retreat, that's something Nothing to Say can punish. I would say the Thunder God's Wrath. All of these fights have been breaking out without any major items on.
Right, mid lane, put it on XM instead. We'll just go on to James, and James is going to be far off that blink. Meanwhile, XM has one astral step but needs to use it very, very wisely. He is surrounded from all corners. He will eventually commit the hook shot out from Y. Oh, they're just putting a clinic on them.
Oh, it's just clean. It's just a clean dance for Ehome. It's perfect with
Dire
when they
are
force these
scanning.
fights. They find pickoffs without the ults. With the ults, they force big team fights, and there are just no answers here from CDEC. They just need to be able to get some ground back,
Radiant's
get
top
Ehome
tower
up and
is under
running. This
attack.
combination with the Venge for our Medusa, which we said would be active, it's really not. It's not looking that way at all. Ehome's just forcing awkward spots for CDEC. Now it is nighttime. There's a bit of a spike here, and SRF wants to force the fight.
Well, swap in onto Nothing to Say. That's the target they need to take out, and with the crippling feed, it's not going to be too hard. The Zeus is gone. And Ehome, do they want to try and fight this? No. Why is going to be beat, but that is going to be cancelled off. And that's what you need to see, right? If the Zeus can die prior to the team fight even started, then they don't really have the damage output to fight back on the Son of Ehome. In fact, CQ is going to regret doing that. He'll swashbuckle, but the magic missile is going to chase him down, and now the swap to cancel the next Rolling Thunder animation, and they do get a third pickup.
It's rather unfortunate for CQ. Really good punishment from CDEC. Find some really big kills in that downtime. And Ehome don't really find anything in exchange. That tier 1 up top still standing. Not quite enough damage on Fate Beyond to clean that out. Respawn in the Zeus does mean that they've got Thunder God's Wrath up in play. They've got that haunt as well. There's an opportunity here for Ehome to once again play that aggression. It's just a bit terrifying at nighttime. You might consider wanting to wait out until SRF is a non-factor.
Probably will. They are grouped up against CDEC. Trying to take as much advantage of this situation as they can, and they're going to go after that tier 1 top tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ehome probably won't even bother trying to defend this. I mean, they already got the mid and bot tier 1s. There's no need for them to bother. They could take the fight, but during nighttime, it's just a bit rough. And SRF, you can already see him waiting to engage, but I said all that, there is a
Dire's
smoke
top
from
tower
Ehome.
is under attack.
Gonna loop
Radiant's
around
bottom
into the
tower
Radiant
is under
triangle.
attack. Radiant are scanning.
Great scan out from the side of CDEC. They actually did catch a glimpse of that smoke. But they found the Medusa. That's the one they want to jump, and Arme just disappears. Victoria also gone. James is also dead. Ehome, they're performing magic tricks, John. Everyone's just going somewhere. They're disappearing.
Oh yeah, it's a great act coming out from them, and CDEC, with all these Zets, they're not hitting those timings they need to hit. The Dragonlance Rame just delayed to hell and back. The blink of James, we're at 18 minutes in. This is very atypical of the pause for Shaker, but James is just not getting that space to become the plague maker he needs to be. Make it much more complicated in setting up those big team fights. And mind you, this is Ehome without using Nothing to Say's Nimbus just yet, and he does have that up now with the Yags. So you've got that additional tool on the Zeus to really take control of these lanes and these fights. And CDEC, they just need to I mean, they were grouped up, you know, they were disciplined and staying together. It's not enough. That scan was just not enough as well.
It's just getting worse. Like, why got a Veil of Discord up now? So more magic amp. They're gonna try and fight. Faith is gonna get caught out, but the Orchid is there on James. He gets swamped out of the Nimbus. They are gonna go just after the Prophet's still hook shot from Y. It's perfect again. He's got two of the comps. They are just stuck there, Arme. He's gonna try and man fight. In fact, they're doing a decent job of it. Y will go down, but Sylar wants to man fight with this Medusa, and she does not have enough. The Nature's Wrath flying in was just too much damage, and now SRF, he's been scouted out. He will try and make a run, but Sin Q kills him off mid-air. James, he's a very nervous man right now. He's very, very close to death, and he probably does know it, but it looks like he will not get caught out. Should be all right. And it looked good to start off with the CDEC, John. Like they had Faith Beyond low, but once the hook shot from the clock came out, it just stopped.
It's why he is just on point with these clump ups, and he's just finding these openings every single time he finds Ame. It's like Ame's got a magnet or something onto him, and he just flies in.
They're smoking again. Ehome, they have no mercy. Give him a second. They're gonna run into XM. Hook shot does not land. Good start here for the side of CDEC, unless they get called out here, but the Orchid will not be there from Faith Beyond. They'll just run.
It's wasted smoke, but it's daytime now, so these fights are actually even easier for Ehome, not considering the fact that SRF can have result up, but you just have more information on the map. You've got the defusal up on Sin Q, and well, if you thought Ame was squishy before, he's not gonna have mana for that shield any longer.
Oh, poor SRF. This is the global strat being played to perfection, John. Perfectionized.
Oh yeah.
No space. SRF, you want to farm that bot creep wave next to your tier 2 tower? How about no?
That's really it, isn't it? It's just no. That's all Ehome's saying to CDEC. Like they can't find any openings. Even if they see Sin Q alone, they just can't really commit. XM doesn't have anything to commit with. He went for a bit of a physical build with Crystallis, but he's rushing that BKB next because they need that sustain against the magic damage, and everyone just needs those BKBs. They're just flying out fast enough. As Ehome, 15k lead, 21 minutes in. Sylar's just about to finish up his defusal as well. And they're just taking complete control in that Radiant jungle. CDEC, they're out of space to farm it.
What's Dota Plus saying? 98%. I'd say that's pretty fair considering they have a 15k net worth lead at the moment. I'm just looking at Y, who's just by himself, very deep in that triangle. Just staring down the mid lane, waiting, and there's the one coming in to scout it up. Victoria almost dies to the bot, and somebody did die. It's going to be James down at the bot lane. Goes down to Faith Beyond. That'll be your bot tier 2 tower. However, maybe they find one with the clockwork. He goes in. Oh my god, XM, he's gone. And now the Medusa being jumped. Victoria has to sacrifice. Oh no, even the Panga rolling in. Ame's gone. Nothing to say. May die on the Zeus, and does. Okay, we're making a comeback here now for CDEC. Or maybe we're not, because SRF, he's been silenced up. He'll fly away. James gets the echo off. XM back in here with the buyback. James is dying. He does end up going down, and now Faith Beyond still alive, does survive. He's on a complex spree. They just can't kill anyone. Eventually die to the tier 2 tower, but you get my point.
Oh god, that was the greatest initiation I've seen from Hawaii. Just standing there. He just stood there, Mike.
He literally watched the whole side of CDEC walk up the staircase and walk back into them. He did not run away. Poor old XM, he saw a clockwork for 1 second and then suddenly he's just blown up.
Oh yeah, that is a traumatizing feat for CDEC, and that, Ehome, they've got the space for the Roach, and it just melts. CDEC, they don't have any options there. They can't contest. Map is shrinking. They need to make the most of this time to farm up. I don't know what to say about this build-up. Look at Ehome. He's forced to go for a Blade Mail. Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, Blade Mail, Medusa. It's a budget Dusa. It can pay off. It's just, I don't think he even lives long enough to dish some damage back with that Blade Mail.
I don't, yeah, it's, I mean, look, it's gonna help a little bit, but I guess he just doesn't have any other options. He's gonna make this, no, he does change his mind. No, he's bought it out. Alright, he has no options. He's taking the Blade Mail. They're going to the team fight with this. Why? Does fall low. Stone Gaze was committed, but the Rolling Thunder from Sin-Q actually going to get stuck here as a boulder. But now the Nimbus has been dropped with the Orchid. And Ehome, Blade Mail or no Blade Mail, will die. Hookshot in, why? Just right into the tier 3 tower as they are killing off XM just on his own. James almost dying to Y, and does eventually go down to nothing to say. And this game is, I mean, it's pretty much over, if we're completely honest. There's still a chance, for sure. There's still probably 1% chance. No, Dota says 0% chance. All right. I was trying to be polite, but the AI has no emotion, John. It just tells it straight.
That it does. And CDEC, they're holding out. They've lost one set of racks, and Y is chasing for kills. They don't care about objectives. They're trying to hunt Victoria down.
They're just smoked up behind, nothing to say. They're going to try and jump the Zeus. Now this is actually kind of creative if they can take him out. He might die here. SRF no, they can't kill him. And now the hook shot back onto Ehome. The poor Dusa is just trapped in trees and Pogs at the same time. James is going down, will go down to Sylar. XM being chased, and they call the GG. They tap out, they have had enough. And Ehome back at it with their antics after game 2. Sylar finishing off with an ultra kill.
Oh,
and a 29k net worth lead at 25 minutes in, John. Over 1k per minute for the side of Ehome.
Oh yeah.